Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for all of you guys who don't know me yet, my name is Olivia. So today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 books that really have inspired me and that have really changed my life for the better. So these are all going to be in the topic of self-improvement, self-growth, positivity, motivation. So if you're interested, make sure you continue watching the video. So the first book I'm going to be talking to you guys about is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life by Richard Carlson. I got this, I believe, as a gift from my sister for Christmas, and it's really all kinds of tips and tricks just to make you feel better about yourself. Anytime you're having a bad day or you're in a situation where you're having a fight with somebody at work or at home, they give you all kinds of little tips in here to really analyze the situation from a different perspective. It's separated into all little chapters, and every single chapter is something that you can reflect on. So it's a way to basically figure out how to improve yourself on a daily basis. One of the chapters is called Relax. One of them is Breathe Before You Sleep, or read articles and books with entirely different points of view from your own and try to learn something. Because a lot of times in life, you're in a bad situation, you tend to kind of get back into your bubble and resent the situation. And I feel like this book really helps you to see it from a different lens, see it from a different perspective. Don't sweat the small stuff. Really great book. You should read it. So the second book I want to talk to you guys about is The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. This was written a while ago already, but Gretchen Rubin is pretty much the queen when it comes to anything that has to do with happiness. She has a website, I know she used to do like daily emails as well, which I used to get into my inbox, and she challenges herself every single month for a whole year to make herself happier in a certain kind of way. So for example, in January, she tried to find ways to boost her energy. February, she remembers love. She decides to figure out ways to improve her marriage. In March, she decided to focus on work, and she gives basically an account of how she was able to improve a lot of areas in her life and make herself be happier. Obviously, it's a great book. What I love about it is that she really is very authentic in the book. She tells it how it is. She's a mom as well, so she really goes on and on about talking about how she basically improved many things in her life and made herself happier through little changes. So nitpicking at little things that she didn't find she was happy at that she could improve. So it's a really great book if you're looking to find ways to really improve your life and make yourself feel happier. So yeah, The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. I definitely recommend this book. So the third book I want to talk to you guys about today is I Just Graduated, Now What by Katherine Schwarzenegger. So she decided to write a book about what happens once you graduate university. So I really related to this book a while back because I very recently graduated from university, and I remember coming out of school feeling completely lost. So I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do, and to be honest, I still don't 100% know what I want to do, but I feel like I've kind of come to terms with that now. But at the very beginning, it was extremely hard for me to cope with that and to figure out where I'm going to be, because you spend all of these years in school and then they kind of throw you into the real world and you're not really sure where you're supposed to be or who you're supposed to be. And what I love about this book is that she really shows you through other people's perspectives that ending school is only the beginning, right? And it takes time to figure out where you truly belong or where you're gonna end up. This book is basically an account of many celebrities and people in the public eye, some of which graduated university and some of them who actually didn't, and how they came to be as successful as they are today. So you have people in here like Anderson Cooper. You also have John Legend, who's now a very successful musician. Jillian Michaels, so the fitness trainer who you guys probably know was on The Biggest Loser. What I love is that every single person in this book really tells their story. So how they overcame obstacles, overcame struggle, how they also were very lost at a very young age in their life, whether they graduated from university or they didn't. So what I love about this book is that it inspires you. It makes you realize that you're not alone in not being sure as to where you want to go in life. So if you just recently graduated from university, or you're close to, or you just need a pick me up. I feel like this book is not even just for people who graduate university. If you feel lost, if you feel like you're in a rut and you're not too sure where you are, this is a great way to make you feel like even though things might be hard, even though you might not know all the answers, if you keep pushing through and you really follow your intuition, you can really figure out where you belong, and that life is not really just a smooth journey. There's going to be obstacles, there's going to be hard times, but this book really is a great read. So I tremendously recommend it. I just graduated Now What by Katherine Schwarzenegger. You should read this book. So the fourth book that I want to talk to you guys about is a little bit more psychological, I would say. It's called Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. And the author is Susan Cain. So she also has a TED Talk. So if you watch TED Talks, I will link the TED Talk down below. You can see it and watch it. It's actually a great TED Talk. So she basically talks about introversion. So for those of you guys who don't know what introversion is, there is a spectrum of introversion and extroversion. So introversion being that you get your energy from being by yourself. So let's say reading books, watching television on your own, just being a little bit more reclusive, I would say. And extroverts are people who get their energy from going out, being with people, mingling. So the typical person you'll find at a bar on a Saturday night or something like that is more likely to maybe be extroverted. Basically, what she talks about here is that introverts are often pushed to the wayside, so they're not necessarily taken up for positions of leadership or management or things like that. Basically what she mentions in this book is that introverts actually have great skills, and that our society doesn't necessarily give a lot of chances to people who are introverted just because we're often a little bit more quiet. And this book really changed my life, and I feel like when I read this book, it made me realize that I do have certain strengths. It really made me reflect upon myself and realize that I need to maximize what I am strong at. And it's not because I'm a little bit more quiet that I'm not powerful, or it's not because I'm more reserved that I'm not as good as somebody else. So if you're a little bit more introverted, or even if you're extroverted and you want to learn a little bit more about how to deal with people who are maybe a little bit more reserved, or how to see their strengths, I really recommend this book. So Quiet by Susan Cain, really great book. So I do definitely recommend it. And the last book that I want to talk to you guys about is a little bit more on the financial side, but this book really changed my perspective on saving money, which was something I never really thought about when I was younger. But this made me realize the importance of starting very young. So this book, you've probably heard about it. It's really popular. It's called The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach. I think that's how you pronounce his name. This book changed my life when it comes to finances. So basically it shows you that little changes in your daily life really can make a huge impact on your future wealth. So he talks about something called the latte factor, being that we spend so much money on little things on a daily basis. And if we were to take that money, put it into an investment account and leave that there. Let's say it's like $2 a day. Let's say a coffee, you go to buy a coffee, or you buy a bag of chips at the gas station or at the corner store or something like that. If you were to take that money, that $2 or $3 that you spend on a daily basis, and invest that money in like 20 to 40 years, you can have so much money accumulated because you didn't spend it and you invested it instead. So it really comes to show you how little changes in your daily life can have a huge impact on your financial future. And this is something that I feel every young person should know. Unfortunately, I feel like throughout my education, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, I wasn't really told about how to manage my money. I was fortunate to come from a family that taught me a little bit about it. My parents were very frugal. They didn't spend on absolutely everything that they saw in sight, but I was never really taught like how to save my money or invest my money until I got a little bit older, and I felt like, I feel like I should really get into this. I felt like I needed to know a little bit more about finances, and I feel like this book is a great place to start. It's super easy to read. Honestly, I think I read this in like 2 hours, to be honest with you, because it was so interesting, so captivating, and I think there's so much valuable information. So if you're interested in anything that has to do with building your financial wealth and learning more about investing, this is a book that I feel like is a great place to start. So The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach. You should read this. absolutely amazing, great information. So those were all of the books that I wanted to talk to you about today. I'm gonna leave all of the links to the books down below in the description box, so make sure that you go and check it out. So they're all really, really interesting. If you're interested in more videos like this, and if you want to learn a little bit more about future books that I read, please let me know. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, because that really gives me a lot of information on what you want me to put out as future content. Make sure that you subscribe as well, because I'd love to have you along. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.